a voice from the heavens will call and say, my servant is telling the truth. So furnish his grave from paradise, and provide him with clothes from paradise, and open for him a gate to paradise. We mentioned before earlier that the angels will ask these three questions, and for the believer, he will say, my Lord is Allah, my religion is Islam, my Prophet is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he answers these three questions in an immediate, straightforward manner, then not only the answers are correct, he's answered them correctly, but Allah will say, a voice will be heard from the heavens. Allah is confirming that that person is telling the truth. Allah is saying, my servant is telling the truth. So furnish his grave from paradise, and provide him with clothes from paradise, and open for him a gate to paradise. This grave on earth is hooked up to Jannah. It's connected to Jannah. It's directly connected to the paradise. This grave in dunya, this grave in this world of the believer, it has a direct connection to the hereafter, a direct connection to Jannah, the grave of the believer. There is a gate, and this person in the grave is able to see his place in Jannah. The door is open, the window is open, and that person in the grave is able to see his place in Jannah. He's not able to go there yet. It's not time. He's not able to go there yet, but he can see it. This is the grave of the believer. Then, as he's in the grave now, Allah has said that this person, he's telling the truth. Then provide him with clothes from Jannah, and furnish his grave from paradise, and open for him a door to the paradise. He will be able to see his place in paradise. Then a very handsome person would walk in the grave with a very pleasant face. And so the dead person would say, the person in that grave would say, who are you? He would question, who are you? This very handsome person, beautiful looking person with a very pleasant face will come into the grave. And the person of that grave will question, who are you? And that person would say, I am your good deeds. And I came to spend time with you and to be with you until the day of judgment. I will be with you. That person will come, I will be with you. You're not going to be alone. And that is why one of the Tabaeen, he had a student, and he asked him, he told him, you've been studying under me now for about 30 years. Tell me, what have you learned? Tell me what you've learned in these 30 years. 30 years you're studying from me, tell me now, what have you learned? He told him, I learned 8 things. One of these things, he said, I learned that every one of us has some loved ones, and we have some loved things. And some of these loved things we are going to leave at home. And some of these loved ones or things are going to come with us to our graves. But then, when we go to the grave, when we're put into the grave, no one will be with us in our grave. No loved one or loved thing will be with us in our grave, except for our good deeds. That is why I have taken my good deeds to be the most beloved thing to me. The good deeds of a person, that person, the believer, will come into the grave like a very handsome person with a pleasant face. He will come into the grave and say, I am your good deeds, and I will be with you and accompany you now until the day of judgment. So I'm going to leave my family. I'm going to leave my wealth. I'm going to leave my car. I'm going to leave my house behind. Everything that we have, we're going to leave behind. And we're going to leave nothing, we're not going to take anything with us. Everything will be left behind. My clothes, my car, my houses, all the pleasures, everything that I've acquired, my wealth, my wife, my children, I'm going to leave behind. The only thing that I can take with me in my grave is my good deeds. So therefore, let me have a lot of them. This is the only thing we can take with us in our graves, the good deeds. So we should do what we can to ensure that we have a lot of them. This is the only thing that is allowed for us to take with us. We can have all the money in the world, we can have all the best cars, we can have palaces in every continent in the world, we can have everything a person could think of in this world, but we take none of it with us. Only the good deeds. And so this is what we should try to increase upon, because this is the only thing we can take with us into the grave. So the Prophet, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, he says that this person will have a window. The believer, he will have a window showing paradise and a window showing hellfire. A window showing paradise and a window showing hellfire will be opened. And he will be told, this is where you could have been if you were not a believer, in the hellfire. And this is what you got because of your iman. This is what you got because of your faith. And so when he sees that, he will say, oh Allah, start the Day of Judgment. He will see two windows, one showing hellfire, and he will be told, this is what you have been saved from. This is where you could have been. And another window showing the paradise, showing this is what you got, this is what you have received because of your iman, because of your faith. When he sees that, he will say, oh Allah, start the Day of Judgment. Immediately, when he sees what's waiting for him in Jannah, he's asking Allah, oh Allah, bring the Day of Judgment so that I can go to my family and go to my wealth. Where is his family and his wealth? In the dunya, in this world? He'd be asking Allah, start the Day of Judgment so I can go to my family, so I can go to my wealth. He's not speaking of family and wealth in this world. He's speaking about the family and wealth waiting for him in Akhirah, waiting for him in paradise. He's not caring about what he has left behind in this world. He doesn't care about anything that he left behind in this world. He doesn't want to go back to this world. He has no regrets. He's not regretting not being able to come back to this world. Now he's in a hurry. Now he wants to go to what Allah has reserved for him in Jannah, what Allah has promised for him in Jannah. He's seen it. Allah has opened the window for him. He's seen what is waiting for him. Now he's in a hurry. He's not thinking about anything or regretting anything that he left behind in this world. Doesn't matter what it was. How great of wealth he may have left behind, whatever he may have left behind, the positions he may have held in this life, the beautiful clothes or foods that he used to eat in this life, it doesn't matter. When this window is opened and he sees what Allah has reserved for him in the paradise, he will be in a hurry. Oh Allah, let the Day of Judgment begin. Oh Allah, let it begin so that as soon as possible, so that I can go and be with my family and my wealth. This is the situation for the believer, for the righteous person. For the evil person, for the corrupt person, the unbeliever, the Prophet, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, said that after the questioning in the grave, an announcement will be made from the heavens saying that he is a liar. Announcement will be heard saying he is a liar, so furnish his grave from the hellfire and give him clothes from hellfire and open for him a gate to the hellfire. This is for the evil person, the corrupt soul. This is what they will get in the grave. That after the questioning, of course they failed the questioning, they'll hear a voice that he is a liar, furnish his grave from the hellfire and give him clothes, provide him with clothes from the hellfire and open for him a gate to the hellfire. With that, dear viewers, we'd like to end for this episode. We hope that you have enjoyed it and hope that you will continue to join us in the future. Until the next time, we bid you all farewell. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.